So I forgot your name. Sorry. Avantika. Avantika. Okay. Yeah. What's your name?
Zachariah.
Zachariah. Zachariah. Your friend, sorry. The first time you're here?
First time on Friday.
Oh, how about you? You enjoy meditation? Yeah, I know. You enjoy meditation today?
Meditation?
They didn't join us.
Huh?
They didn't join us.
Yeah, no, we're supposed to.
They did not join us.
The traffic was bad out there.
Yeah.
Driving across town was
Hi.
bad.
Yeah, please.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Yeah.
Without the glasses. Yeah, glasses last time, bro.
Yeah, it's hard to get here. Good night, see you.
What's your name, please?
Aradhana.
Your friends?
Yeah.
Nice. Let's come here. Yeah.
She's kind of
Okay, let's
the
see.
three ladies on the end have all joined us.
What's that?
All three of them have joined us.
Ah, okay. So you guys work together and do the research together? No.
They do different research.
Ah, okay. You graduate student, right? Grad student from UWell.
Yeah.
How about you? You working?
Yeah, I'm a grad student at Spalding.
Okay. What's your major then?
Clinical mental health counseling.
Oh, so
Studying to be a therapist.
okay. Okay. So you work on your thesis?
No, just a master's.
A master. Okay, that's great then. Okay, so let us move on. Let me share the screen. Hi, I'm Stephen. How you been, Stephen?
There's a student.
Can you hear us?
Okay. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you.
So we have Ben, you have Stephen, we have Chua. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let me share the screen. Yeah. So every Friday, yeah, we have meditation, and after that, we have this kind of group discussion about Buddhist philosophy. So today we continue to talk about the wise intention. And in Buddhism, wise intention is so important, a right intention, because everything starts from the mind. Would you mind to explain to them one more time about our wise intention that we have?
Yeah, so wise intention basically has to do with our karma, because in Buddhism, karma, the law of cause is very important. So the importance or significance of right intention or wise intention would be the outcome. So two people could do the same act. Sometimes we talk about the metaphor of a deer, someone hitting a deer, and it becoming roadkill. If it was an accident, that lights went on and it was dark, the outcome of the karma would be really purposely killing the deer.
Sorry, and Stephen, can you hear him or too low?
Can't hear, but it's a little low, the volume, yeah.
Yeah. You might talk more. Right intention.
Right intention is, we also kind of want to think of mental states or things that we do as wholesome or unwholesome, right? Of course, unwholesome states of mind, unwholesome behaviors leads to, of course, more suffering. Wholesome states of mind, of course, result in, of course, quite a number of pro-social outcomes. So it's important that, when we practice and everything that we do, that we intend to have wholesome outcomes, wholesome mind states, which of course will break us out a lot of those bad cycles that do keep us suffering.
It shows beautiful. You bought that or you print that then? The Buddha image there? You bought that or you print
Oh, I
that?
had it for a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was wearing.
Oh, I mean that you bought from the store or you order?
Yeah, I bought it from the store.
Oh, that's wonderful. What they say in there? What's
Well, you guys can see it.
that? Mm-hmm.
Will I?
You come.
What you think you become, what you describe back, what you imagine you create.
Yeah.
It is about.
You want to share what's intention that we discussed?
Right intention, it begins in our consciousness where we create our thoughts based on our actions and our energies. It is also a reflection of reality that we deal daily, and then it can contribute positively or negatively in our actions, therefore karma. I believe always that karma is kind to us and is humble. It takes care of us as long as we take care of our actions. And I advocate about our actions because it shapes our world in a better shape and influence people to do the better in this world.
Mark, you want to share? Intention. Why so important then?
Right. So the idea is there's a lot of carbon dioxide that's in our atmosphere that is contributing to increasing global temperatures. And so if we can take that carbon dioxide and figure out a way to convert it back into a useful chemical, particularly a fuel, then we can create almost a cyclical cycle of we can generate the fuel from CO2, then burn the fuel, create CO2 back. In the process of converting CO2 to a fuel, if we can utilize the free energy in sunlight, it's a very renewable, sustainable process that will power basically everything that humanity would want for the next couple hundred years or so.
Don't plants at some level do that?
They do. This is we are trying to mimic what plants do every day. Plants do it very inefficiently.
Right.
They're obviously very efficient in terms of utilizing the resources that they have access to because plants but from an energy perspective, they're very inefficient. So people are trying to iterate on that to make the process more efficient for large scales.
But you mentioned last time, right? So depend upon how people use the product, right?
Right. So this is a fine line that we need to walk, right? Because we're all carbon based. So we have to be careful we don't overly rely on carbon then as the source of energy to feed into, global domestic product and ever increasing economies, right? If it ever gets the notion, we now can take carbon dioxide, turn it into fuel, then let's just burn all the plants and take that resource and use it as a fuel, right? So there's the fine line of the intended use of the technology.
Thank you. So Ben, you driving and drop up is something for other people. How could you apply the right intention to help them out?
Yeah, let me see here. Well, like today, there was an accident on the road.
Mm-hmm.
So it was delayed by like 15 or 20 minutes, the order. So I just make sure to text the customer and let them know, apologize and tell them that there was a wreck and, I'm on my way and, just thanking them for their business and doing everything to be polite and be courteous to them because people get angry. hungry, you know, when they don't get their food.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you.
yeah.
And Stephen, can you elaborate more why right intention is so important in our tradition? It starts from the mind. Why is that?
Because if you have a pure mind to act correctly, think correctly, then that basically free you from pretty much attachment to anything. So once you're pure, you know that there's only, this where not everything is interconnected. So you're able to let go all of that. You feel true happiness in a sense. You won't feel there's no such thing as sadness but you're always going to be, accepted as is. So you're going to be basically, how should I say this? Subconsciously, you're going to be able to do a whole lot more to help others, help yourself, and basically that's just pretty much your karma itself. So when you're attaching something, you're going to do wrongful things. I always go back to driving an example. You're always thinking, hey, how come someone's always cutting you off? So here you are, you're going to get angry, so you're going to chase after them, cut them off, and that vicious cycle, that life cycle continues on forever. So you have to just let that go. So.
Can you tell why homelessness is the definition or the basic step for purpose?
The right intention. So there's the three karmas, the karma of your body, your speech, and your mind. So if you can focus on having the right intention, then your mind will always be positive, and you will always be trying to do no harm. And as long as you can, like you mentioned, with your actions, perform no harm to others, then that will be your karma in return. So the foundation is always to, of course, don't do any wrong karma with your body. You don't want to fight anybody or be aggressive with them. Your words, you can never take back your words. So if you're in an argument or a negative conversation, then you should remain silent or walk away. It's not to engage in that kind of bad karma. But it all starts with the mind. So if you can always have right intention with your mind, then that will flow through your speech and your physical body too. And that is only going to create positive karma for yourself. So it's best to always be committed not to harm others or yourself, and to keep a positive, true, good intention of mind. And it's a protection too. I really truly believe that it protects me a lot. Where if I'm in any situation and I always want to just help anybody out, then no matter if they have a negative opinion about me or wish negative towards me, I'm protected because I'm only trying to help.
In India, ahimsa. In India, that he promote ahimsa to get the independence from India. You know him?
From what?
Ahimsa principle.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh.
Ahimsa Paramo Dharma. Yeah, that is the entire book.
Yeah. Can you tell? You understand the term ahimsa? No.
No.
No. Can you explain? What mean ahimsa?
Non-violence.
No. Yeah. Go ahead.
So it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So this idea came up because of British was ruling in India, and it was all of killing each other. But Mahatma Gandhi made a stand like we are not going to kill. Instead of they did like salt, they did a lot of marches, like they protest, literally using now how we are doing it. Instead of killing, they are doing the other way, and we conquered the independence. So independence is conquered through non-violence. So we can conquer the war through that. That is the
You remember the figure, the most popular one in India, the one who promote ahimsa?
yeah.
What is his name?
Ahimsa is basically it is Mahatma Gandhi.
Yes.
Even before that.
Before independence.
Okay.
Like, can you think of
Ancient?
a word? Ancient?
Buddha, you wanted?
No. We don't remember.
Ashoka?
No, not Ashoka. It's way back then talking about the one that promote ahimsa, non-violence, but he was put in the jail.
Oh.
Remember that? What is that? And
Some
he-
Marathi guy?
Marathi guy? No, the one that, yeah, he considered as the founder of modern India.
Sardar. Sardar.
Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma
Yeah.
The same.
Yeah, we are saying the same. Yeah.
Mahatma Gandhi.
Mahatma Gandhi. That is why we gave the title Mahatma. His name is Gandhi. We
I
gave
see, I
Mahatma.
see. So we usually in the West we remember him with the name Gandhi.
Yeah.
When you talk about Mahatma.
Mahatma, or we call him with respect Mahatma.
I see. Yeah. He's so admirable. He's so admirable.
Yeah.
That's
not right. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a school one. I mean, in India, months I have Indian people and so forth. I see that most of them are non-violent. You know, in Vietnam, it's different. Let's say if somehow, let's say two men ride bicycle or motorcycle and somehow they hit each other, they may have the fight. But in India, most of the time, if I'm not wrong, most of the time they are really non-violent. They will step
But I
away
mean,
from
that
fighting.
goes all the way back into like Advaita and those really ancient,
Yeah.
all of those, Hindu principles are based on ahimsa. So
Is
that
that-
goes like,
Yeah.
What you were talking about that was what is the proper quote for that? I told you that ahimsa paramo dharma. It means non-violence is our duty.
Yes, that's that's so admirable.
Yeah.
And everywhere. Yeah,
That he gave to the all Indians, and because of that we got the freedom
Yeah.
in 1947, 15th of August.
yeah. So in the past, Mahatma Gandhi is the model for ahimsa, for non-violence. Nowadays, Dalai Lama is the model for compassion.
so
for
is
the whole
that the
world.
same year Bangladesh and Pakistan split off? Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
So what his name? Martin Luther King, right? So he followed that non-violent principle from Mahatma Gandhi to promote during the 60s, right? He promote that non-violent principle. That's
Well,
why he
and
got the human rights so
Thich
forth.
Nhat Hanh,
Mm-hmm.
along with
Yeah. So that's why it's so important. You follow, you understand the ahimsa now? You know the story of Mahatma Gandhi?
I do a little bit.
Yeah, and Martin Luther King, he promoted that principle.
Yes, I know him too.
So anyway, in Buddhism, harmlessness is related to non-violence, related to the thing that whenever we do things with our intention not to harm others, no matter what happened, because we don't want to create bad karma then. But last time we talked about keeping weapon at home. How could we make that kind of compromise if we remain in non-violent? Is that okay for us to have to keep weapon at home for our self-protection? What do you think?
I don't know.
You know for that.
I feel like the mindset that leads people to keep weapons at home is not a non-violent approach. Like I don't think that people keep weapons because they're intent on non-violence. They're intent on protecting themselves, and they accept that might involve violence, and they're okay with that. I think that it's that weapons in the home or elsewhere, they're a lot like what you were talking about with the carbon dioxide. I mean, like it's all about like how people are going to use them And when you're making rules about what people are allowed to do with weapons, you can't assume that everyone's going to have the best intentions because not everyone will.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think about keeping weapons? The ahimsa or non-violence or business? What do you think?
I mean, there's violence involved in keeping a gun at home. What's the question?
Keeping weapons, a gun and so forth, is it aligned with the non-violent or
No, it doesn't align with nonviolence.
why not?
I mean, it's a firearm. It's not always used in violence, but it's easily used for violence. It's often thought as violent. It can become violent. Even when you're shooting targets, it's violently destroying the target. So.
But I think based on like the idea of intention, I think if you and a group of friends are doing target practice and you're being safe about it, like you don't have any negative intentions there. I don't really personally think that that's a problem. But you can't guarantee that everyone is going to use a firearm non-violently and just like recreationally like that.
Well, is violent always a negative thing? Can violence be positive? Or do we only see violence as something negative and interpret it when we hear that word? It's automatically negative. But maybe violence is sometimes needed and chaos is needed to create things. I'm just saying maybe violence is needed. Just being able to harness it and control it and using what it is needed.
To ourselves, sometimes you need that. To protect to ourselves, we need that. Sometimes people get in some kind of trouble that he or she might kill you, and that time you need to have some kind of weapon with you. If you have some kind of weapon with you, so you can protect yourself. That is also the thing.
I think statistically though, firearm, like at higher risk of being somehow like victim to like a firearm accident,
Exactly.
violence.
The energy, you attract that same energy.
It's, yeah, so I think, I mean, if, and we have to be serious, like, look at what's happened in this country with, like, everybody being so indoctrinated into believing, like, firearms are the answer, like, you know, I work in public schools, so there's a reality as to like what's happened with like teaching Americans that it is their right to own a firearm and what the result of that is. You can look at other countries where their citizens don't have these like just open access to making tons of or having tons of weapons. And they don't have school shootings and mass shootings and stuff.
So like to address that issue, you want to address the multiple roots of the So like absolutely I think that for gun control it needs to be like much more heavily monitored, more stringent background checks. And I personally think that anyone who owns a firearm should have to like routinely check in with like a sponsor or somebody so that they can like make sure that they're keeping their weapon responsibly. But I think that with stuff like mass shootings, it's really important to address the mental health crisis that's happening in this country right now. And I think this idea where we just like don't support each other and don't see each other is one of the big causes of violence.
Yes.
I'd like to add
We was hunting for animals, That's where guns come from. Before that we were using arrows or other objects. So guns definitely probably have come from the human use of violence, because the original use of the gun was for the purpose of violence. Even if you take animals out of the situation, it makes the situation just easier. So you use a gun. So like us earlier, we're talking about what we do, what we think about. That's what our fruit will be, right? So if we're putting bad stuff into our mind, we'll create something bad. If we're putting good stuff into our mind, we'll create something good. I just wanted to add that.
No. Yeah, if I had a gun, I wouldn't mind going out to the dump and shooting a shotgun. We used to do that when we were kids. Other than that, no.
How long have you been serving there?
Pardon me?
How long have you served? You served in Vietnam before?
No.
No?
I'm from Jeffersonville. I moved around a bit, from states when I was no. No, I looked like I might have been dropped out of the plane.
Okay. So, and Stephen, in our Vietnamese Buddhist tradition, right, we never think about having the kind of firearm at the temple. But the members, I think, sometime beginning of the year or last year, there were mass shooting at the church in Texas. Remember that story? And then security guard shoot out the intruder. You know that kind of story? You don't remember? Huh?
No.
Yeah, in Texas. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Joel Osteen's church, right?
Yeah, I think beginning of this year or last year it happened that couple shooting there.
There's so many of them. It's hard.
There's so many of them you can't keep track of them. And I work with kids in the West End that come from really unstable situations and a lot of violence, and I had to be late to work because there was a shooting and the road was blocked off. I had to go all the way around, and you guys can't believe what these little kids have been indoctrinated into with the violence.
Chua, what do you think, Chua? For us, is that okay for us to keep firearms at home, or that aligned with our harmlessness or non-violent principle, or we're not supposed to have those things? What do you think?
Can you repeat the question again?
My question is that for us, right, we promote the harmlessness, non-violent principle. So can we keep the firearm at home as self-protection? What do you think?
I'm so sorry. I think my connection is bad.
Yeah, that's okay. How about you, Ben? What do you think, Ben?
Okay, yeah, I'm thinking a lot about this as we've been talking about firearms, and personally, back when I was a teenager, my parents, they would argue a lot, and then I would go out and be really in an angry state of mind, and I was looking to fight somebody. If I would have had a firearm on me, especially with the bullies and stuff, I almost got jumped one night by a group of teenagers. I probably would have hurt somebody. And so, for me, and talking with my father about it, it's like having a gun never has solved anything in my life, And I know it's a controversial issue. I've been looking up, as we're talking, the Second Amendment rights that we have as Americans. We do have the right to bear the arms, but Kirsten was talking about, and other people, it's for example, in Japan, the police officers are trained in martial arts. So, before they pull out a weapon, they have all these other tactics that they can use before they can shoot somebody. And then for me, it's somebody talked about the mental health crisis in America. It's what if everybody got to go home at lunchtime and take a nap, or what if they got to, could come on Friday nights to the Buddhist temple and meditate, It's it really is the mental health aspect, and it does start in the mind, and that's why we learn about the Eightfold Path in Buddhism, to get our minds right. So, but not everybody is on the same page as us, So, that's just my thoughts on that.
Yeah, thank you. How about you and Stephen? What do you think about that question?
In regards to we believing in harmlessness and then keeping a good home is for us is going to be a no because it's the opposite. Just like we're discussing here, a knife, a gun, those are used to do harm, to hurt, or even to kill someone. So when we're trying to practice harmlessness, then that's just totally opposite. So that would be no. There's always, just like Ben was saying in Japan, you always want to take an approach to settle something without hurting or damaging anyone. So you want to do that route first before anything else. And I forgot who her name was. She was mentioning with mental health. I'm guessing the only way is basically, which is the most difficult, of course, where everyone can go to a Buddhist temple and just train their mind to just harmlessness and always doing good and helping each other out. If that's the case, then basically we live in a utopia world where everyone benefits. So, which is impossible.
Yeah. When I'm here on weekday, I like to stay in cordon, but in the summer, it's some kind of snake came out. Yeah, you know that? It's just small, not too big. But most of the time, we pick them up and bring them out. Of course, you stay in the house, you will not see any snake, right? But up there, it's just not many, but you still have, you still see them. And in the past, I lived in the area in California. This is my master properties. It's about 1,000 acres of land, and we have walnut. You know walnut tree? Walnut tree.
Walnut, yes.
In the summer, it's a lot of nuts. And what happened? There's a lot of rat run around, and when you see the rat, you see the
snakes.
snake, big, 6 foot long, big like this. And when they went out, I have to wear the boots. Sometimes, the snake runs everywhere. And I used to tell my students that I caught some of them, not by hand. No, I used the stick, right, to push them into the big can and cover with the lid and brought back to the mountain to release them. This is dangerous. It's rattlesnake. You know rattlesnake, right? So anyway, in Buddhist view, no matter what happened, no matter what type of animals, whether they are poison or not, we should try our best to protect ourselves, but not to harm them. But when you see them coming to the house, what do you think? In your area, in India, is the lot of snake. How you deal with them?
I mean, it's tricky because we get cobras. We get poisonous snakes.
Yes.
So the place that I lived, we used to actually call someone to rehome the snakes. So you would take them and put them elsewhere. We wouldn't kill them. But I mean, it's different people do it differently. There would be some people who would kill snakes.
I understand. That's understandable, right? When they kill because they want to protect themselves, right? But do we need to catch and release them or finish them up?
I mean, you can catch and release them because, typically, humans have built on their habitat, right? Like, we've taken their land and they have right to it first. So personally, I don't necessarily think you need to kill them because they were here first. So, yeah.
What do you think when the snake came to your house?
I mean, I personally, I don't even like killing bugs that come into my house. So so I wouldn't kill the snake, but I understand if people do. I do think that some, personally, I'm fine with killing mosquitoes, for example, because my morality only goes so far. So, but other than that, like, my background is in biology, so I just find living things so interesting. And so, so for me, it's less about compassion and more just like, I just think that like a snake is too cool a thing to kill. You know, they're just so interesting.
Oh, you give them children that during our celebration, right? Last time I asked the children, right?
About KFC.
Yeah, they still enjoy KFC, but anyway, that's all. But important is not just want to share with them and remind them not even kill the mosquito or fly. You sometimes you talk to them. I mean, that your children.
Yeah, and we have Isaiah pointed out he got a bug catcher. He showed me this cool bug catcher that he got off Amazon.
What's that?
It's a bug catcher, so you can catch them, and then it slides, and then you can. And they have them at their school, the same ones.
They do?
So they do that at their school, or even they'll use bowls and stuff where they'll catch and release any kind of insect. Well, they'll try to. I think sometimes they probably kill them on accident. But so even the school brings that into their minds. So yeah, we do that at home all the time.
So the school promote that too?
Mm-hmm. And you have two people, and so they're used to doing it at home. You have a watcher and somebody that goes to get the bug catcher. So you have one person that keeps eyes on where the insect's going, and another person to run and get the.
I think it's so important that we instill this type of non-violent to the young children, so that when they grow up, they know that they're not supposed to harm others. It's so important. This kind of principle, right? Yes.
Non-veg.
Food that's not vegetarian food.
Okay.
If somebody killed it and you are eating it, is it violence?
She's saying, is it violent if you eat like animals?
Like you're not killing it, but somebody else is killing it.
Yeah, that's common. So depend upon how you look. But for us, as a camel, we know we don't consume that kind of meat.
I'm just talking about the general.
Yeah, definitely. We encourage people to reduce meat consumption because we are the second killer for those animals. With demand, they provide supply for the meat. That's why we encourage people, especially the young ones. They love KFC, right? They love chicken, hamburger, and so forth. But we should try our best to promote this kind of harmlessness to the environment, to the animals, chicken and cow and so forth. I used to tell my students that if you love pet, right? If you love dog and cat, why don't you love cow, pig, and so it's animal too. Yeah. We try. Yeah. So when it was India, it's half of population they don't consume meat,
No,
right?
it's not like that. It's like today's era, people eating too much.
Too much?
Yeah.
Really?
But it's like 20-30% vegetarian.
Many? What population?
Yeah, the 140. And 1.4 billion.
But most people don't eat beef though, right? Like
yeah.
most people
So
eat
out of 1.4 billion, 50 crore, or almost 50.
50%?
Yeah, 50.
Good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When it was in India, it's
not 50, it's 40.
There's a lot of Muslims in India.
I know. Yeah, only the one that.
about how you prepare meat and how you kill the animal.
Yeah, in the Israel, people chop off the head of the chicken at home or whichever, right? But here we have the whole industry that processes the kind of meat. That's why people would not recognize the suffering of the animals. So that's why in Buddhism we start from young. We start from young children. That we instill that type of non-violent and harmlessness on them, so that when they grow up, they would not have any kind of intention to harm, to kill, not even animal. Not talking about a human, Because when you don't even dare to kill mosquito, how could you care? How could you dare to kill the pet? And if you don't dare to kill the pet, how could you care? How could you dare to kill the big animal? And if you don't dare to kill big animal, how could you dare to kill people? You understand that? That's the whole logical way of explanation.
But the animal, sometimes you can't go outside to hunt the bird. So therefore, we need to allow a cat to go outside, because sometimes accident happen. The cat can kill the bird. If we keep
we cannot control them. That's different.
But we can control is keep the cat inside. Not
You can ask
go
her.
outside.
She asked her. You can ask her. Right? So how could you train those animals not to run around to kill the mouse and so forth?
I don't know. I can't keep the ones I got that used to live up at the mountain. They were outdoor cats for many years, and then I brought them into my house. And the one cat is super crazy.
My cat.
He's so crazy, and he tears up all my furniture. Anyway, so I do, but I have a really nice, like, fenced-in backyard, and there's not, like, my street's not busy, and it backs up to a big field. And knock on wood, that he's not, like, brought anything dead inside the house.
I've seen a video where they'll scare them, or so if they are out there and trying to hunt, then the noise, it kind of gives the other animals some kind of warning that they're coming.
I live near a creek, so it's nice to have the protection of the, because from the creek come the rats, so it's kind of nice. The rodent population.
So Isaac, remember we have a conversation, I think night before last. Let's say even you're not monk or whichever. So if you go to Thailand, they invite you to have the big fish for seafood and so forth. Why is that?
I think you reach a point, because before Buddhism, I told you I tried to be vegetarian. So I think it's not even a religious thing. Some people it may be, but I think just out of compassion, spiritually, that kind of way just aligns with you, and you just don't want to. You want to try. Maybe if this was a few years ago, then possible I could have slipped up. But when you really commit, there's no way.
Yeah, that's why right. It starts from how we live through action, through speech, and through the thought, and how we have our own diet, how we interact with other people, or how we interact with the environment. So like you biologist, is that right?
Sorry?
What's your major then?
Clinical mental health counseling, so it's like therapy.
Yeah. So
It's a big switch from biology. It's kind of not because you're studying the brain, maybe.
yeah, in Buddhism, we not only take care of ourselves, but also we take care of our environment too, including the animals, including the trees, and so forth. And so that is so important, because if we don't take care of our environment, it will have some negative effect on others, right? So let's say what happened if we, when do they allow people to
September 1st is
a couple weeks away.
September 1st is when it starts, hunting season.
And so what do you think? If they say that, okay, they allow people to hunt the deer so that they can reduce the deer population, is that right?
That's what they say.
What do you think?
Well, humans are the natural predators, so to some extent, you can't like the population is out of control, but that's not the deer population's fault. That's our fault for killing off the natural predators. So a better solution would be to you would have to do some tests, you would have to do some research, but to find an adequate natural predator to reintroduce to the habitat. But I also personally think that when it comes to policy making, especially when it comes to hunting and things like that, you have to be a pragmatic. Obviously I think minimizing harm is really important, but I think that we need to focus on things that are more damaging to the environment. So for example, I think if we could cut beef out completely, from the food industry, that would be really important for the environment because of their CO2 production, methane production, I think. And also because they require a huge amount of grazing land, which means cutting down a lot of trees to create that grazing land, which is destroying habitats for the beef populations. So I think that when it comes to figuring out which animals we're going to protect, I think we need to be pragmatic and take the ones that are causing the most harm and cut those out first, and then address them in order. But that's more of the pragmatist in me rather than the idealist.
Yeah, the deer population too. A lot of that also has to do with disease control, and I'm not advocating going out and hunting, but I realize that that is, since we have taken over so much of their habitat, that when you run them in onto smaller concentrated areas, anyways, that produces more diseases, which also that kind of stuff goes in and with all the wildlife, run certain wildlife onto horse farms, and then horses catch these really awful diseases. So yeah, unfortunately, sometimes the answer is population.
Ben, have you ever been out there for hunting before you Buddhism? Have you ever?
Yes, I have. I used to live in California also, and then I would come to visit my grandparents in the summertime, and they're really country people, so we would go out hunting. My uncle that lives in the country, he taught me how to shoot a gun. So, growing up in the American mindset, it's you feel confident, that's what you're taught to do, That's how we're indoctrinated. So learning about Buddhism and nonviolence and the interconnectedness of all beings, it is a foreign concept to the Western mindset. So, it is something that is getting a lot more attention in the media nowadays, but still, I live in Elizabethtown, it's beef is less for dinner, that's how we're taught. So, I think that it will take a long time, if people want that lifestyle of nonviolence. So that's all I have.
Sometimes I visit American friends, especially in the rural area. At home, they put the trophy.
The deer heads.
Right? Actually, when they walk into those couple of powers, for me, I'm so surprised. But of course, I get used to that nowadays. That called the trophy. When they went to India, I don't know whether in the south or everywhere, they keep the monkey everywhere, right? Not the south everywhere, right? I've been there for 10 months. And it's very funny that one day I stayed at the hotel, and somehow they made the news that, monk and monkey just eat, right? So they put the news, monk steal my stuff. And actually monkey. So they jump in. They open the window. They open the window and jump into the house to steal things. Yeah.
My parents live in Morocco.
They do.
Yeah, and that happens everywhere.
Everywhere, is that right? That's the problem in India nowadays, right?
I think it depends on where you live.
Oh, really?
I imagine if you live in the bigger cities, maybe not as much. But if you live in the more rural parts,
If what happen if they're overpopulation, they run everywhere. They wow.
I got trapped by baboons in Africa. And so there was, like, when I go out, like, I was in this, I mean, it was pretty much just a hut. So out the back door was like the Black River, which had all the Nile crocodiles in there and stuff. And I was supposed to go out and have breakfast with people, and there was a troop of baboons, and I was like, oh no. I'm just going to sit here and wait until they go. And so yeah, I sat there half the day till they moved on, because I wasn't going to take my chance with baboons. No way.
Yeah, so if we demand homelessness, so how can we control the monkey population there over there then?
I mean, if you talk about India, people are used to now.
Yeah,
they're used to having those animals surrounding them. So those who are not facing that kind of problem, they are good with it. Or those are facing, they are used to it. So we don't have any problem.
What's that?
Norm is going to kill. Even if it is overpopulation of cows or is monkey, whatever animal out there, Norm is going to kill.
So they don't scare you. It doesn't bother you. It doesn't. You're used to it. It's like
I mean, sometimes,
I've seen that.
yeah.
sometimes it's bothered to those who are not used to it. But those who are living with them, they are their buddies.
Yeah, I see that the monkey is the main problem. But of course, the monkey, I don't know whether you know, in Hinduism, and the god.
really?
What
Lord
type?
Hanuman.
Hanuman. That's the god. That's why they don't kill animals, don't kill monkey. And also the cow.
the cows I know.
Walk everywhere.
Too. The cows.
Is this one of the god too?
Yes.
Yeah. So anyways.
Even snake is also God.
Huh?
Snake is also God.
Oh, snake is to God too.
People worship snake.
Yeah. But somehow, if they are overpopulation, that's the problem, right?
I don't know how to
Don't
do
know.
that.
So I think this is our strength now.
Huh?
The India is having strength because of population.
Yeah.
Then even millionaires can think like, oh, this is a lot of people out there, let me populate them. The same
You could say the same thing about people too. So you want to depopulate the people.
Okay. Yeah. So what do you think in that that type of situation? Let's say the animal is overpopulation. Would you need to kill them so that we protect ourselves? What do you think?
Species right now. So they are also facing that kind of problem. If they are in some numbers right now in India, then they can adopt the other countries. There is adoption.
We are attracted to our spiritual path, and that's why we're here to follow the Buddha. Think about if the Buddha will use a gun. Think about if the Buddha will kill an animal. We're following, right? So if we think about karma, we are concerned about the negativity or avoiding the negative. But we are overlooking the positive outcome that karma can bring. If I save a bug, right? Because it's a transitional puzzle that is trying to do better. For the time of transition, we do a better body. Well, if I avoid killing, it will be karma, good karma for me, and therefore I will have positive results for certain entity. So if I'm concerned about protecting Mother Earth or the animals, then they will receive, because of my action, they will receive good karma. Therefore, they will be okay. So, killing is not an option. they will be fine. If we strive to find cure cancer or brings vision to blind people, or creating organs or AI or everything, then we have the proper intelligence to bring all the solutions for Mother Earth.
Yeah, so how about you? So let's say if at home there is a problem for everyone of course. What happens if you have a lot of rats run around? How can you deal with them?
I think naturally my cats would have a way with them. So I may not interfere too much. I'm trying to think about what I would do in that situation. I might not harm them intentionally. I might try to remove them outside of my home or from my area. But I also know that I have cats, so they might react in their own way, which I think is fair.
And Stephen, so how could you deal with them? The rat run around your house.
Well, rats are always looking for food. They're animals. So clean your house better. Once you clean your house of all the stuff, then there's no food around there, so they won't be in your house. So maybe try to get food elsewhere to lure the rat outside, maybe and stuff like that. Find a peaceful way, not harmful way, in other words. So there's just like everyone we're all discussing here. Like if you're a cat, you have no control over your cat, killing a rat because it's just instinct to them. But for us, at least do our best to not to harm them and just, that's one example, is just clean the house, clean the area where there's a rat is hiding, so.
You have the problem? That's the problem at home? Or no, you don't have that problem? The rat run around?
No, I'll be moving out. Because they produce so quickly. It's not like if you have one rat, you got a bunch of rats, you got a serious problem. And so you're gonna need to seal your house because they're getting in some way. And then you gotta get rid of all the ones that are there. I mean, that's gonna be a horrible problem. I probably just move.
Well, you might. If a lot of them run around your house, how could you handle them then?
Lure them out with food. Clean up your house and put food outside.
But they find their way back too. Like you can't even catch and release them. Like you have to take them miles and miles away because
I lived in a place, and it was weird because I never had. This house was like 120-year-old house, and then my cat died. Like 6 months later, like I saw one mouse, and then I don't know, within a week or so, but I had parrots and then dogs also, which anyways, and then all of a sudden, just mice everywhere.
Definitely when you walk into the house, we see the rat run around, we know that's so filthy. We don't want to live in that kind of environment. But still, this is the dilemma there, right? So we want to be harmless. We don't want to kill them, but sometimes there's so many of them, and somehow, what do you think? You call animal control, or you think so? What is that?
I knew you were going to ask me. It must.
What do you think? When you deal with them, you call animal control company to take care of them? What do you think?
I do pray and chant the center for those, and then call.
Sometimes it's too much, right? Sometimes too much because
I believe we have to worry when it happens and know when it's not happening because it's just bringing the energy to us.
Yeah, but no matter what, we always minimize the way that we harm the animals, we harm the environment, and so forth. And all right, so thank you. That's really good to see that. That's what the harmlessness is about. That's what nonviolence is about. But sometimes we have to deal with that type of situation. The monkeys, the rat, and so forth, right? Okay, so right, thank you. Right, so see you next Friday then. Okay, are you welcome to come back tomorrow for meditation tomorrow? You know we have meditation tomorrow.
No, it's not.
All right, so thank you, and Stephen, thank you. Yeah. You don't care, huh? We have meditation tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
If you
What is it, 8 to 11? What time's the
8
meditation?
to 11.
8 to 11.
After that, around 8.
Well, at 10:45.
All right, so see you then. Thank you.
We
Thank
go
you. See
in
you
45-minute increments. You can come and go as you please.